Hi guys, so I thought I'd come on and show you a few of the things that I have been making and perhaps do a little bit of a kind of a tutorial type thing, or just an introduction into... I'm just going to take this off. I put it on because I was cold and now I'm a little bit warm. So I thought I would come on and show you what I have been making. So first of all, I shall show you my rings. So if I just stand up here, you might be able to see this. Oh, this is the rainbow obsidian that I had, the big, these ones here. This is what I've got left, but I've still got a few more things that I'm doing. But this is the rainbow obsidian. I don't know if you can perhaps see that on there. But, so this is what I've made with these. So I've done a ring. And I have macrame with the zari thread that I got as well. I got the zari thread there. So I've macrame around the shank, just to give it a bit more personality, and I've made like a cocktail style ring with that, so that would look really cool with a lovely black dress and a nice bracelet or something. So I did that one, and then with the smoky quartz, I had the smoky quartz nuggets, and I have made this ring here. The light's not very good, and I do apologise, it's really rubbish outside. And basically what I did with this is I made one of the beads, as I've done with these necklaces here, and I've just literally just done that with the bead and then used that part for the ring, which is what I've done there. And again, I have, whoops, I have used like a, it's a bit like a, if you listen, it's a bit, I don't know what they call it, they do call it something and I can't remember what it is now, but yeah, so it's got quite a lot of movement in it, so I made that ring as well. With the spinel, the small spinel that I had on here, the really sparkly spinel, I have made this bracelet, and it is the spinel with a silver plated bead, and then on the middle part here I've used what I had in my stash, and this is clear quartz, and it is so sparkly, it's untrue. The tiny facets on here, the tiny faceting and everything is fantastic. So I've used that on there, and just a normal toggle clasp, silver plated toggle clasp on there, and that's what I've made with that. And then also I have made, or I'm in the middle of, there's a couple of projects I'm still kind of in the middle of, this necklace here, and this is the rainbow obsidian again, and I've got some gold obsidian just up the side here, and then I've put the rainbow obsidian on here and made a gizmoed bead, and then I've done a little spiral bead here as a connector, and then again the rainbow obsidian, and then just decorated it with some of the spacer beads that I've got in my stash. And I've sort of got to this point, I've run out of no, not on this one, it's the other one I've run out of. I've been using 0.4 wire on this to do these, so I've just got these two. I'm going to make another one up there and then perhaps see how that goes, but that's a work in progress. I have also made, well actually I haven't really done anything to the turquoise. I just literally made this wirework pendant, which I think looks a bit like enamellite, so I sort of attached that to there, so that's what I've done with that. And then I've also, this is one that I have to wait for the next lot of wire to come through because I ran out and I needed some more to do do the beads with. And again, it's sort of similar to the first one that I showed you, but I'm using the smaller beads. So, and this is the Gizmoed wire, and then there's some bigger golden obsidian beads in between that I've rosary linked, and then I've made a pendant out of the rainbow obsidian, and I don't know whether you'll be able to see that or not, but there's a lovely piece of chatoyancy on there, or adularescence, I think that's what they call it. So that is that project, and I think that's it. So I'm just going to show you how to make just a basic stretchy bracelet. Oh, and also I've made my own kilt pin here, which I will do a tutorial on, and this was inspired by Scrimping Mummy. She's been doing some kilt pin pins with her laces and things like that, but this is just a doily that I had. So, and I have got some of her laces. I'm going to try and do some other bits and pieces with that she'd gifted me, but these are real pearls that I've put on there, and then this I use with my real chunky cardigan just to keep it done up. But it's just an old doily, and I've put some old pearls on there, not old, some pearls on there and a pearl in the middle, and then I've made the kilt pin out of wire, and I shall do a tutorial on that in the near future, so stay tuned for that. So, a stretchy bracelet. Basically I am using Jewellery Maker's very own elastic, and it's a great elastic for making stretchy bracelets. I've actually got a stretchy bracelet on as we speak, and there we go, hence why it's called a stretchy bracelet. Now you probably think, oh, that's quite simple. It is quite simple, but there are a few techniques in tying the knot at the end. So I'm just going to thread on a few of these beads here. This is rose quartz, and they're faceted rose quartz. So, oh, there we go. Somebody must be at the door or something. Always typical, the dog always barks when you start to film. Or somebody comes to the door. And I don't know why, because it's absolutely hoying it down outside. So I don't know who would want to come out in weather like this. So, anyway, so we're just going to thread on. Oh, balls. Excuse me. I did tie a knot in the end to stop them coming off. Obviously I didn't do it well enough. Right, so just keep going again, because it must be pretty boring watching me thread on beads. So what I'm going to do is I'll thread these on and I shall come back. Okay, so we've got to the point now where we have threaded on all of the beads onto the elastic. So now what I'm going to do is just untie this knot at this end. At this point, try not to drop it, because then your beads are going to go everywhere. Now, what I didn't mention was before you have to stretch the elastic. You can stretch it quite a lot. Otherwise, when you do it, and if you haven't stretched it, your stretchy bracelet's going to be quite big. I've got quite small wrists anyway, so I'll probably put this one up in my shop. Now, what we're going to do is one overhand, just normal knot. And what I do is I just hold on to the beads as I tighten the elastic. Then what we're going to do is what's called a surgeon's knot. Now, basically, what we're going to do, see if I can hold this and do it at the same time, is do a overhand knot once, and then go back in again twice. So you do 2 overhand knots, and that is called a surgeon's knot, and that gives it a good bit of strength. Now, you could just leave it if you really wanted to, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to dab a little bit of, you could put jewellery glue on there, E6000, anything like that. I'm just going to do a bit of clear nail varnish just on the knot to seal it. So we're just going to pop that onto there and let that dry. And then what we will do is you can cut off the excess pieces of elastic. Let me just see, come on. There she goes again. Just trying to blow on that. But anyway, I shall show you one that I've done here already and that I've already put the nail varnish on. So I'm just going to get my cutters, right, and cut as close in as you can without obviously cutting the other piece of elastic. Otherwise, that's it, you're going to cut into the bracelet. And sometimes it depends on the size of the drill hole, but sometimes you can actually pull the knot inside to one of the gemstones. But that is just a little one that I've just made there with a Swarovski little charm on it. You can put that on, and there you go. They're the most simplest things to wear because they're easy to put on, easy to take off, and they make any outfit really. So that is my stretchy bracelet technique. Like I say, I shall do the kilt pin tutorial in the next few days. I'm doing a lot more work at the moment, obviously with Christmas and things coming up, so videos might be a bit sparse until after then, but I will try and keep up. I've got a few orders coming in, and hopefully my challenges will be these challenges will be finished, and then I can get on with some new challenges. So like I say, if there's anything you want to see, if there's any techniques or any questions that you would like to ask, please do not hesitate to PM me or anything like that. And yeah, have fun everyone, keep crafting!